Welcome to Front Porch Conversations. I'm Gay Martin, and we're so glad you're joining us today. And we have a friend that's dropped by today. She's a new resident at Advent Christian Village. Her name is Donna Millay, and I've gotten a chance to visit with her from time to time and just wanted her to come by and visit with you. So we're going to have a wonderful visit together today. Donna, welcome.
Thank you very much.
We're so happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here.
How new are you here?
2 months.
Yeah.
I lived in the triplex for 2 months, and then now I'm in the house.
That's right. That's right. You came here and stayed in the triplex until your home was ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in your home now?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. You did that in a hurry.
Yes, and I hope I don't have to go do it again.
Isn't it the truth?
I promised myself the next time I leave to go home, I'm going home.
Home. I understand perfectly.
I've moved too many times just here recently, and it's an ordeal.
What brought you here? What brought you here now?
I had a mild, mild may not be the correct word, but a mild stroke. It affected my eyes. There is such a thing as an eye stroke, so
Really?
beware. I had no clue what it was. 9:30 on a Sunday evening, my eyes just started seeing double and bouncing, and my sister was right next door, and she came over. There's nothing we could do. I didn't feel bad or anything. Next day we went to the eye doctor. The eye doctor did all of her thing, and then she said, y'all need to leave immediately and go to the emergency room. And so I see it as a wake-up call from God,
Yeah.
plus a blessing for God, because within 2 weeks I was back to seeing exactly like I was before.
Oh, you were? That's good to know.
Yes.
I had never heard of an eye stroke.
I hadn't either, and apparently there's 3 different kinds.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't feel bad.
No.
It was your
No.
symptoms were just in your eyes.
Right. I felt real bad going to the emergency room because people were bleeding and sick and
Sure.
that sort of thing, and
Sure.
mine was just, but you say this word stroke and there you go.
So that was the impetus to
Yes,
make
ma'am.
you think about coming over
Right.
here.
My family thought it was a good place. My father had lived here
Oh,
in
really?
2019 and
Right.
passed away here at Good Samaritan.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it was familiar to you.
It was familiar to me.
You have walked these paths before.
Yes, ma'am. And my roots are in Mayo, so my mother was born and raised there.
That was my next question, is where are you from?
Well, I'm those of you who don't know what a military brat is, that means my father was in the service all of my life. So that's all I know. But Mayo is home for my parents and myself and my younger brother, and then I have 2 sisters that live elsewhere. So, well, one's going to be living with me part-time, but
Yeah, so you're from Mayo, really. And that's only, what, about 15 miles, isn't
yes,
it?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my goodness.
I retired from Florida State Government with the Department of Transportation and moved home to stay with my mom and dad to help them, and I've been here ever since.
Where did you work for the Department of Transportation?
In Tallahassee.
Oh,
In
you
Tallahassee,
did.
yes, ma'am. I was the department's ombudsman. And for those of you who don't know
Donna.
what that is, it's like the Dear Abby of the DOT
Well said.
for employees.
That was going to be my next question.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a term not everyone understands. Oh, my goodness. I bet you have some stories to tell, don't you?
Yes, but being an ombudsman, I can't tell those stories.
I know.
That's the anonymity part in it.
Sure.
I didn't say that correctly, but you know what I mean.
That's right. Well, and how long were you with them?
Well, I was with them for 28 years and with the Department of State for 2 years. So I got my 30 and come home.
Well, you sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's more to life than money, and my family came first. So.
Yeah, sure. Sure. All of your family is from Mayo then, right?
No, ma'am. My dad was born and raised in Kentucky, and then, of course, went into the Navy. And I have 2 sisters that one lives in Indiana and one has a home in Smithfield, and that's Ann Knox, and she'll be with me here at Advent Christian Village. You'll see her coming and going. If you haven't met her already, you'll love her.
Oh, what a nice thing.
She paid me to say that.
I know. What a nice thing for a sister to say.
Well, she is lovely, and she's a lot of fun.
Is she really?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know her very well. I've spoken to her, but I don't know her really. So
That's
I'm
okay.
looking forward to meeting her.
She doesn't really meet strangers.
Really?
No.
And nor do you.
Nor do I.
No.
So runs in the family.
Right.
And my youngest brother is lives in Mayo. He runs Mayo Auto Parts.
I came through Mayo the other day and saw his place, and told Phil, I said, "This is where Donna's brother's business is." And,
when my dad retired out of the military, they moved back to Mayo, and eventually my dad bought an auto parts store that was further down in town and opened, lock, stock, and barrel, and opened up Mayo Auto Parts, and that's where they've been ever since.
Ever since. And stayed in the family.
And stayed in the family.
And all of you were schooled in Mayo, weren't you?
No, ma'am. I wasn't. Being in the military, we kind of went everywhere. Right. But most of my time was either in Virginia or California, because we were very fortunate. My father had 4 years in Virginia and 4 years in 4 years total. 2 years in Virginia and 2 years in California, and then we went back to Virginia. So most of my time was actually in.
Okay.
Now, my brother went to school in Mayo from about the age 12, and my sisters might have gone when they were 6, 7, 8 years old.
Sure.
Obviously, they're older than me.
Yeah, right.
I use that all the time.
And you said your father had been out here as well.
Yes, ma'am. He moved out into an apartment, and I'm not going to know the name of the building, but it's where the information center is.
Sure.
And from where Charlene sits, directly down that hallway, the last little apartment on the right, and he could sit in his little breakfast area and look right out at Swanee River. And it was time, and I moved into the farm, and he moved out here.
You did?
Yes, ma'am. And within 3 months, he had to go.
Right. Well, he was in the building I'm in, and I love it.
Oh, we loved it too.
I love it. My mother was here, and I feel like you do. I feel like it's home. I walked these halls a long time when she was here. So, do you have children?
Yes, ma'am. I have 2 sons. My oldest son is going to be 50 this year, although he claims he's not going to have a birthday. I told him he could do whatever he wanted to, but he was still going to be 50 years old. And my youngest son is going to be 45.
Is that right?
And I have 5 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren.
Donna, how wonderful.
I think
do
so.
your boys live nearby?
My youngest son lives in Freeport, Florida. And
Freeport.
Destin and head north.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe 20 minutes maximum.
Okay. Yeah.
And they've lived there for a good long while. Him and his wife Rebecca, and my youngest granddaughter Ava live there. My oldest son, who has the other 4 children, lives in Nebraska.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's a ways.
He was in the Army in Oklahoma and went home with a friend of his, and he's met his wife and the mother of my grandchildren, and it's been there ever since.
What do they do for a living?
Well, Lucas works for a company, Regional Utilities, and that pretty much encompasses all of Destin and that area down there, and has worked there for 25 plus years.
Oh, wow.
And then Joshua is a farmer. He works for a farmer, but he's a farmer nonetheless.
Sure he is. Sure he is.
Yep.
Well, for pity's sake.
Now, and both of those boys were born and raised around Definiak Springs.
Oh, Definiak Springs. Wow. Well, your roots go very deep here in Florida.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Mine do too. I'm native Floridian, and so I'm always interested when I meet another one.
Well, I always like to say I've been in the military because for 22 years I felt like I was in the military.
Of course you did.
But I've lived in Florida longer than I have lived anywhere in my life, so this is home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's not many of us that are native anymore, to Florida, that still live here. When you moved to the village, did anything just surprise you that you weren't expecting here? Have you had any surprises?
When I lived in the triplex, I had wonderful neighbors. One happens to be named Fran, who you're very familiar with, I'm sure. It's her daughter. And the next one down is Betty, and she's going to be moving out here to Park in the Pines.
She is.
Before long, and we kind of like deserted poor Fran there right by herself. Sorry, Fran.
Fran's getting ready for therapy.
Okay, well, were both wonderful. It was nice having them there. I like to walk a lot, so does my sister Ann, and this is the perfect place to walk in and feel safe and that sort of thing. But the only thing that I've noticed, and it's not a good thing, it's not a bad thing, it's just a thing, that I don't see many people out and about. Now, I know there's all these activities and people participate in all these various things, and that's wonderful. It seems like the same people I see walking or the same people I see every day.
Sure.
And not many people out and about, like we're sitting here on the porch talking and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm a little surprised by that, but I love it. So, I love it here, and I'm home now, so.
Yeah. I think too that I noticed that I walked a good bit more when I first came, and then the heat began to reach out to you and get you in the summertime. But we have so many places we can go here that you can walk and be, and I feel safe as can be.
Oh, I do too.
I do.
I like the sidewalks. I like the fact that there's lots of benches. If you need to sit down and rest, there's plenty of benches and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And my own personal schedule may be part of my problem as far as seeing people out and about. Is I don't get up that early to go walk. I wait and look, and maybe some other people are smarter than I am and get up before it gets too warm. So.
Yeah. I know they do that at the garden when summer hits. They go earlier and earlier to prune their gardens and all.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful place to walk, and I feel very safe here.
I do too. I like the fact that people can come and go as they please, and they have also have the opportunity to be taken where they need to go.
Exactly.
The availability and all the amenities that we receive as members here at Advent Christian Village is just remarkable.
It's hard to use all of them.
It's hard to use all of them.
Yeah, I know. Are you planning on getting involved as anything? We have so many opportunities. Are you interested in anything? I know that you love plants.
I love plants.
You do.
My sister Ann, that's going to be with me, is really the plant person.
Is she really?
Yeah, all I do is water them.
Oh, okay.
So that's my job when she's not here.
Yeah, well, you were kind enough to do that for Fran when she was gone.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
That's, heard somebody over there rumbling around doing something, and I happened to step out. I thought it was Betty, actually, and it was you.
That's right.
So you and your husband were there, and I offered to finish watering them.
I appreciate that.
I didn't kill any of them. They're all fine.
They're all
looking
beautiful.
Great. So.
What kind of programs are you planning on getting involved with?
Well, I've looked at several of them. I don't sew. I never had to. My mother sewed, made all of our clothes as children.
Did she
so
really?
I can't sew a stitch. And the gardening, there again, that's my other sister. The thing that I think that, as a matter of fact, I'm missing it today, is I'm not exactly what it's called, but it's where they make beds out of plastic bags for the homeless.
Yes.
And I'm thinking about going and looking into that and being part of that. So,
that's an exciting program.
Yes. There's the Readers Club. It took me a while to figure out that's what they were talking about. I don't remember the name of the group yet right now, but I probably don't read the same kind of books that they may be talking about. So, but I love to read. We are very.
I do too. Yeah.
So
this is a perfect spot to be able to read. Get on the porch and and read.
This is the perfect
Yeah.
spot to read.
And having the libraries, the public library
Absolutely.
and the church library
Absolutely.
is amazing. Yeah.
Fortunately, I was already a part of the library system in Mayo.
Were you?
So coming here will just be, I think I'll have to reapply maybe, but
Right.
yes.
Right. They offer a lot of programs that have been very helpful to me.
Yes, ma'am. I was invited after the HOA meeting this last month to come and do yoga, and apparently that's held at the library. Now, I haven't stepped
Okay.
out there and done that yet.
No,
but,
I didn't even know about it. Yeah.
it's the library. I happened to go in there the other day. There was a unique vehicle sitting outside, and of course I was walking, and I didn't want to just go ahead and start taking pictures of somebody's vehicle, and I didn't think it had a tag on it, not a actual license tag
Right.
type thing, because it was a Corvette golf cart. Thank you, Jackie, for letting me take the pictures. I went inside the library and spoke to the young man behind the counter and told him what I was wanting to do.
Right.
And he said, I think I know who owns that. He took me right, and they were having some sort of group session. I said, oh, don't bother them. But he went right over to him and asked him, and he said, absolutely. So I have some
Aw.
great pictures of his van.
Oh, that's nice.
I said,
And it was a golf cart.
It was a golf cart. Very, very nicely done. I sent it to my youngest son and told him that that's what I wanted for my 72nd birthday. And he said, well, we'll see about making that happen. I said, well, I was just kidding. Right now I like the walking.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I'm afraid if I had a golf cart, I might be
You'd
more
stop
apt to.
Sure, of course.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Would you have any advice for someone that comes to live here?
get out.
Yeah.
Get out, get about. The grocery store, the little shops downtown. Keep a little note with you everywhere you go
Good idea.
as to the time frames that these places are open and not open,
It
because
is true.
I can't keep it all in there,
I know.
and here I am going to the rustic shop and it's not open today. The grocery store always is, and that's lovely, and
Yeah.
they have a great variety of things. So
I think they do
I think
too.
that would be my major note, is to remember what and when. If it weren't for my calendar on my phone, I'd probably forget my own birthday.
I know it. I know. Well, I'm sure your children will be coming by and visiting
Yes, yes, they will. Yes,
Yeah.
they will. We have Thanksgiving every other year at my niece's home in Mayo, and
do?
my youngest son and his family come over, and any other family members that we have there around and about, and we'll just
Right.
have a great time. Part of my niece's husband's family come. We are all just one big happy group, and so.
Donna, with your background and your work ethic and your roots in Florida, do you have any advice that you would give young people today that could benefit from where you've been, the footprints you've made?
I would think that my only thing I would recommend to young people is that you don't jump from place to place, but don't stay in a place that you're miserable at, because there's more to life than money. And finding the right job, finding the right niche, if you find it and you love it, stay at it. I'm also would highly recommend anything that has a retirement plan in it.
Isn't that the truth?
Yes, the Lord placed me at the DOT at the right time, and who knows, 30 years later, I'm, being able to be retired.
Exactly. Exactly. I have a friend that's in her 50s that is going to nursing school, and one of the reasons is I had shared that with her, that if you have to work 8 hours, get enough education and that you get paid as much as you can with benefits. I think kids forget that benefits
Absolutely.
are still dollars.
Absolutely.
They're just dollars down the road.
That was probably one of the things that I heard maybe too much of, and this may be an overshare, but some employees would be concerned about the private sector paying more
Yes.
than the public sector. And
Yes.
my comment was always, yes, but do they have the same benefits?
Exactly.
And the benefits sometimes outweigh the amount that you're going to make on a monthly or weekly basis.
You're so
however it
right.
is. So
You can't always count your benefits in dollars.
no.
Yeah, that's good advice.
And take your vacation. When you have it, use it. It's good for the soul.
What a good piece of advice. That's a good piece of advice.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you're pretty well settled where you are now in your home.
Yes, I managed to get everything there thanks to my brother and a young crew of people from Mayo. And so now it's all there. I'm just putting it in the rooms. I had them place it in the certain rooms that it went to. I was very fortunate in doing that. So I just go from room to room and pick up a little something here and put it where it goes, and I'll never remember where it all is. And
I know.
Ann will come in, my sister, and she will put it wherever she wants to, and that's okay with me. Right now, I'm just getting it put away.
So you all will be together a lot. She'll visit a lot?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good.
She travels a lot more
Does she?
than I do, and she travels some, she recently went to Rome, which was lovely.
Wow.
Yes, she went with some friends that I think there were about 9 in the group, and they met up in Rome, and they stayed for 2 weeks in Rome, and the other people wanted to go on a cruise, and she did not. So she stayed in Italy and went to Monopoly and Venice right by herself. She beats all I've ever seen. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And
Do
she
you
had a
travel
blast.
together very often?
We have done a lot of that.
You
yes.
have?
Mm-hmm. We have done a lot of that, but I'm not one. I'm going to stay in the United States of America.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I understand that.
We've traveled everything from a short trip over from Mayo to Mexico Beach, that area
Sure,
over there, and spent
yeah.
the night in a little
Sure.
bed and breakfast or hotel or cabin, something like that, and then come home the next day, to being a 6-week planned out journey that she sets up. We know where we're going, we know what we're going to do, we know where we're going to stay, and it's worked out lovely.
That's the joy of being here, is
Yes.
that you can leave and do it safely
Yes,
and come back and everything is just the way you left it.
yes.
Yeah. Donna, I can't thank you enough for coming
You're
and
more than
talking to
welcome.
us today. It's been such a treat to have you.
Well, it's
And
been a
have you
pleasure.
found the people friendly here?
Absolutely.
Have you?
Absolutely. Even though I don't see them out and about much, they are it's so nice. It's just incredible. So far, everything has just been absolutely wonderful. I've had several neighbors, both at the triplex and at the house,
Good.
make me feel very welcome.
Good.
And I'm trying to remember some names.
I know.
I need a pen so I can write them on my hand.
Right.
But it's been wonderful.
Well, you're going to be a good neighbor to them.
Well, I
There's
hope
no
so.
doubt about it.
I hope so.
Well, we just thank you so much. We thank Donna for stopping by today. What a fun time on the front porch today. And we hope you'll come back. We're glad you stopped a minute and visited with us. And we'll see you very soon on the Front Porch Conversations.